everybody, I'm Dave with Family RV. Today we're going to be doing a basic walkthrough on how to operate a Thor 2022 28Z motor coach. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start off by hooking your electrical hookup into the coach, which is located on the driver's side right near the rear tire. This is a 30 amp coach. So we're going to go ahead and grab our electrical connection. We're going to simply plug it in right there, screw this on clockwise, and we're going to take a look at the other end right here. This is what a 30 amp plug looks like. At your campsite, you'll plug this into the 30 amp outlets, and then you'll turn on the breakers at the campsites. Next, we're going to hook up your city water, which is located on the driver's side rear. It is labeled city water connection. Now, there are two inlets right here. Let's make sure that we hook up our water hose to the city water connection. We're going to simply take our water hose. We're going to connect this end into the coach, tighten it up counterclockwise all the way nice and tight. After we do that, we're going to take our other end of our hose, which is equipped with a water pressure regulator. Now, this end of the hose is going to go onto the water spigot at your campsite. You're going to screw this on nice and tight, and then you're going to turn the water on, and this is going to be your water supply right here. It's called city water connection. Now, we have various other different water connections right here. This is our city water. This is our fresh water fill. Now, if you're not at a campsite and you don't have access to this water spigot, this is going to be your onboard reservoir, and this is how you fill it up. You would simply use a hose, stick it in there right there, turn the water faucet on, and you're going to fill this tank up. Now, the water pump, which we're going to get to a little bit later, will pump the water out of this reservoir. Now, this is if you're boondocking, you don't have access to a water spigot, you're not at a campsite, but you're on the road, you need to take a shower, use the faucet, the sink, you need to use the toilet. This is where that water supply is going to come from, this tank, okay? So you just fill it up, let it overflow, and you're done, okay? This is a Santee Flush. This is to flush out your black tank. I'm going to show you how to dump your black and gray tanks. This is for after you dump your black tank. You can simply hook up a water hose to this spigot right here with your black valve open, and this is going to shoot water into the black tank and help rinse it out after you dump it. We'll get to that a little bit later. All right, after we've hooked up our electrical and our city water hose, we're going to hook up our sewer hose. If you're at a campsite and you have full hookups, that means you're going to have electrical, sewer, and water. So we're going to hook up the sewer hose. Notice I have gloves on. Always wear gloves when you're dealing with the sewer hose or any kind of outlet on a motor coach. We're going to come over here to the driver's side, a little bit to the front. We're going to lift up this compartment right here, and we're going to see the black valve right here for the toilet and the gray valve right here for the sink and shower. There is a sewer cap right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this cap. It's going to be a little bit tight, so you can take it off. We're going to get our sewer hose. We're going to take this end of the connection, and we're going to lock it into place right here, like so. We're going to put the elbow into the ground at the campsite, and that's your sewer connection. Now, just because you have a sewer hose connected does not mean you leave the valves open. We're going to hook up our sewer hose, and we're actually going to leave our valves closed. The reason why we leave our valves closed is because these are gravity-fed tanks. They need to fill up, and then once they fill up, then you pull the black, and the pressure will all come out. After you pull the black, and it's done draining, you pull the gray, and the gray water is going to help flush out this hose a little bit. After you pulled the black and the gray, that's when you can hook up a water hose to your Santee Flush line and turn the water on and let that water go into the black tank, and it'll drain on out. Once it's done, you can go ahead and close the valves up, turn the water off, and you're done dumping. Now, this is a convenience thing when you have a full hookup at the campsite. So remember to leave those valves closed until your tanks fill up. All right, after we've already hooked up our electrical, sewer, and water, we're gonna wanna pull our slide out. So we're gonna go inside the coach, and we're gonna start going over the slide function, show you how to do it, and go over some other features in there. So let's go do that. All right, to push the slide out, we have to have the engine on with the parking brake down. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the vehicle on. We're gonna come over here to the parking brake. We're gonna gently push it down. like so. And then we're gonna walk over to the back of the coach, to the control panel, and we're gonna push the slide out. Let's go do that. Here we are at the control panel next to the bathroom. Here is the slide extends. The vehicle is on, parking brake is down. We're gonna hold the slide extend until the slide stops. Nobody should be on the slide while you're sliding it out. And that is complete. Now we're going to turn the vehicle off and take the keys out of the ignition. Okay, now that we have the slide out, we're going to come over here to the control panel. This is where everything, you can check your levels, the slide extend, the water pump and water heater, and the generator start and stop. So let's go over this right here. So this right here are your tank levels. It's going to tell you how much is in each tank. For example, LPG is liquid propane. We're going to push this button right here, and it's going to tell us that this coach has 2/3 of propane in it. Once the propane starts going down, one light will go off, and it'll tell you it has 1/3, and so on and so on. Next is the battery life for the coach batteries, the house batteries. We're going to push this guy right here, and it's going to tell us that our batteries are charged. LFG. C means charge, G is good, F is fair, and L is low. Right now, this is just for the battery. You can see it right here. Our freshwater tank is telling us that it's 2/3 full. Now this is our onboard reservoir. Remember, the fresh water is for if you're boondocking or if you're on the road and you don't have access to a campground yet, or you don't have city water, you're gonna use the water that comes out of your fresh tank. To get the water out of here, you're simply gonna turn the water pump on. And let's take a look over here at the kitchen sink. There we go, we have water. Now if you don't have the water pump on, you will have no water. So you'll kind of know if you turn this faucet on, oh yeah, I gotta turn my water pump on, and just go to the control panel and turn that guy on. Next, we're gonna take a look. That's the freshwater tank. This is your black tank and your gray tank. Your black tank is for your toilet and your gray is for your sink in the shower. Right now it's telling me that my black tank is empty. Once this slides up to 2/3, then you can dump the black tank. If it gets to full, stop using it. When you dump the black, you're also gonna dump the gray. Right now this is telling me the gray tank is full. This is the slide extend right here. We just talked about the water pump if you need water and you're boondocking. If you are connected to city water, you do not need the water pump on. The water pump stays off if you are connected to city water. Next two buttons are gonna be for the water heater. There's two buttons for the water heater. Why? One is for if you're boondocking, and one is for when you're at a campsite. That's the easiest way to say it. So if you're boondocking and you need hot water, you're gonna turn your water pump on, and you're gonna put your liquid propane gas water heater on. It's gonna fire up and start heating up. Now you're gonna wanna give it about 20 to 30 minutes to get hot. It's only a 6-gallon tank, so showers are not gonna be long. They're gonna be real quick so everybody can get a shower. If you are connected to city water and you're at a campsite and you are connected on electrical, you're not gonna need either one of these. You're actually gonna use your 110 water heater electric side. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna heat up on the electric side, and that's gonna help save on your propane and stuff like that. So it's boondocking, campsite, hot water. All right, if you're boondocking and you're not at a campsite, once again, you're gonna wanna use your generator. The generator is gonna power your TVs, your air conditioning, your microwave, or any outlets that are on the coach. If you are plugged in at a campsite to electrical, you do not need your generator on. So if you are driving and need to use an outlet, you can turn the generator on. To start the generator, you're gonna hold the stop button down, wait for that red light to go on. Once that red light goes on, it's primed, you're gonna release it, and you're gonna hold the start button down until the generator fully starts. Once the generator fully starts, you can release the button, and we're gonna wait for the microwave to beep. Once the microwave beeps, that's how you know that the load is on the generator. You can use the microwave, the air conditioner, the TVs, or any outlets. Now, the question I get asked the most is, can we run the generator while we're driving? Yes, you can. However, the generator consumes the same fuel as the vehicle. So, your gas mileage on the vehicle will go down if you do have the generator running. If you do want to run the generator while driving, try to give it a break in between. Don't have it on for long hours and periods of time. Always make sure you turn it off. Now, if you need to charge this device and you're driving, you don't need to use the outlets. This coach is equipped with USB ports that do not need the generator on. They run off the house batteries. So if you're driving along and need to charge something on your road trip, simply plug in your phone or your devices into the USB port and you'll be good to go. Now that the microwave beeps, that was the sound of the microwave. Now we know we can use this microwave, TVs and all that other stuff too, okay? To turn the generator off, you're simply gonna come over here and push the stop button and the generator is gonna go off. Right below your control panel, you're gonna see your furnace and your air conditioning controls. So, real easy. This is the on button. If you need the air conditioning on, you put it to cool, and then you adjust your temperature right here, and you can put it on high, low, or low, high, auto, whichever you prefer. To turn the fan on, just move it to fan, turn it off. If you need heat, you're gonna turn it to heat, and you're gonna adjust the temperature right there. And once again, you can put it on auto high, auto low, or just on high or on low. If you have your furnace running and you turn it off, you're gonna hear the fan still going. Give it a few minutes, the fan's gonna shut off by itself. Now that we're all set up, we're gonna wanna put a little bit of privacy curtain on this front windshield, and to do that, there's gonna be a curtain inside. It's gonna look like this. You got Velcro strips right here, and you got Velcro strips right here, and it's gonna go wrap all the way around. On this curtain, we're gonna have some Velcro on one side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unfold the curtain, we're gonna wrap this guy around like this, and we're gonna tack it onto the Velcro right there, right there, right there, and we're just gonna keep going all the way around until we have the privacy that we need. Keep going around right here. There. So that's how you get that privacy. The top bunk, we're gonna simply pull this guy forward. There's a cushion right here. We're just gonna pull this all the way forward, and we're gonna put it down like this. Now you're gonna notice there's a couple seat belts on this guy right here. This is a safety net for any children. We're simply gonna hook it up right here. And this will go up, and the other one will also go up right here, and that's going to be a safety net for the children. All right, we're going to set up the ladder for the Overcap bunk right here. This ladder is going to be located in one of the closet compartments in the bedroom. We're simply just going to unlock it. It's going to come up right here, and then we're going to latch the ladder onto the hooks right here, and that's the ladder to get up. I'm going to actually set this back up right here so we can show you how to pull out the bed for the couch. Simply just gonna lift this guy up, and there you go. That's your bed right here. We also have a Dream Dinette in this coach right here, which we are going to remove this cushion right here, and we'll also remove this cushion right here. We're gonna push this guy back, and then we're gonna take a look under the dinette. You're gonna notice there is a bar that latches in right here, that locks it in. To unlock it, we're simply just gonna push that down, and then we're gonna push the tabletop down like so, and then we will put the cushions in the middle to make the Dream Dinette. And there you have your bed. Of course, you're gonna move the seat belts out of the way also. Right over here, behind the driver's passenger seat next to the window, we have remote control holders right here. We also have USB ports right here. And we also have a privacy curtain that whoever's sleeping on the top bunk can have a little bit of privacy. Underneath here, we have some outlets. We have a speaker. We have a light that you can push right here, another light, and another speaker. We have storage. This is storage, and this is a storage cabinet right here. The blinds go up nice and easy like so. You unlock it, the window right here to open it, or open up the screen, get some fresh air with some cup holders right there. Right on the Dream Dinette, we have a couple drawers right here. Those are storage drawers. And let's go to the kitchen over here. We have a little pantry right here with some drawers to put your spices or whatnot in. We have the kitchen sink right here. Everybody knows how to use a kitchen sink with some blinds that go up nice and easy like so. Also, same window, you can open this up, push that, and it opens up for ventilation when you are cooking. On top of the kitchen counter, we have some outlets. So what you're gonna do, you'll see a little round circle right here. You're gonna push that guy down, and there you go. You have some outlets and some USB ports right there. So if anybody wants to charge their devices, they can do so. Under the cabinet above the kitchen sink, we have various different switches. One is gonna be for the light switches right here. The next one is gonna be for the light switches over there in the dinette. The next one is gonna be for your exhaust fan above the stove. So you can control the fan with the switch underneath here. It's a two-way switch. We usually leave this one on and just control it from the bottom. If you're cooking, you're gonna wanna make sure you open this up. However, when you're done cooking and you're driving, you wanna make sure that these vents are always closed. Close those guys up before you start driving. And then the next switch under here is gonna be for some lighting, for accent lighting underneath the kitchen sink, which looks pretty cool. Underneath the sink, you have a storage for a garbage can. And next to the sink, we have our stove. Let's talk about the stove. You're gonna notice there is a glass top on the stove. It is not a glass top stove. This actually has to be opened up before you start using the stove. It acts like a backsplash. To turn your burners on, there are 3 different knobs right here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna look at this arrow, you're gonna turn this flame to the arrow, and then you're gonna follow the arrows on the igniter, and you're just gonna light your burners like so. Always make sure, if you're not in front of the stove, turn these burners off. Anytime you use the stove, do not put the glass down until this stovetop has cooled down. It will shatter this glass. Right over here, we have your oven knob. Now to operate your oven, you're gonna follow this arrow. You're gonna turn this flame to the arrow. You're gonna push the knob in to release the gas, and then you're gonna start igniting that pilot with this igniter over here. And you're gonna keep turning it every so often until the pilot lights inside the oven. So let's do this. Might take a while. There we go. So let's take a look inside the oven. We have lighted the pilot inside the oven. We're holding the knob still. We're gonna release the knob. The pilot should stay on, and we're gonna adjust the oven to whatever temperature we want it on. Let's take a look down here. That's what it looks like when it is lit. All the way down. All right, next we have the refrigerator, and right above the refrigerator, we got some more storage for any food or stuff. Refrigerator, we're gonna open up this guy right here, nice and easy. We're also gonna open up the bottom. This is the fridge, and this is the freezer. Now the fridge is on. Here's the controls for the fridge. Here's the on and off button right here, which should be on, and it's on auto right now. So what that means is we usually put it on auto. That means if we're plugged in, it's gonna run off of electric. As soon as we unplug, it's gonna automatically switch over to gas, which is gonna keep your fridge cold even while you are driving. Now, if you turn this off, you can leave it just on gas, but that's consuming propane. So it's better to leave it on auto if you're traveling. Just put it on auto, it'll automatically switch back and forth. You won't even have to worry about this fridge at all. There is no temperature control on this fridge. It is automatic. It'll stay at the temperature it is set to by manufacturer. Come on over here to the bedroom. We have a privacy door right here. You simply unbuckle this button right here. Go ahead and close this right here. We'll turn the slide on. And then you have a privacy door right there. We have a light switch right here that controls the light inside and out. Over here, we have a window where the blinds just go up nice and easy. Same on the other side over here. We have a Same concept right here. You just simply unlock this, open this up right here. On the side of the bed, we have some closet space right here. This is where the ladder will be stored. There's two little hooks in there to hook it on. We got some closed drawers right here. We have some storage up there. We got another little cabinet over there. Right next to the bed, which is pretty cool, we got some USB ports over there with a 12-volt plug-in for a CPAP machine. Remember, if you're using that, you have to have the generator on or be plugged in for a CPAP machine. Also up here, we have a ventilation fan, which you simply just pull this little black tab down, twist it open, go ahead and turn the fan on, and then you can get some air in here. And then we'll just close that up, hit the off button, and it is off. Let's move on to the bathroom. Oh, actually, let's come back over here. We have a TV. We'll show you how to work those TVs and surf all the channels and plug into the cable. Right below the TV over here, we have where your breakers and all your fuses are at. So we got your breakers right here for your microwave, GFI, and other stuff right here for the air conditioning, and then you got your fuses right there for whatever you need. If one pops, a light should go on, but you should be good. In the bedroom, you have an emergency exit with two handles right here. Do not open this emergency exit unless it's an emergency. You can open up the window right here if you do need airflow, but just don't open the emergency exit unless it's an emergency. All right, let's check out the bathroom. We're gonna go ahead and turn the water pump on right now just so we can see the running water. Let's come in here. Here we have the sink, we have the toilets, we have some switches under here, which is for a fan and for the light switch right here. And then we have some running water. We have our water pump on. Over here we have a Gfi Outlet, which means if any of your outlets are not working, you're gonna check your breakers in the room, but you're also gonna come check out and see if this breaker right here on the Gfi is not popped also. Over here, you got some storage space in here. You got your shower over here, just like a regular shower with your shower hose right here and your water saver up there. All right, we're gonna go over some configurations here in the front cab, starting with the driver's side over here. You're gonna notice a switch on here. This is to heat your mirrors up right here, this guy right here. This is to move your mirrors back and forth, left and right, just like your regular car vehicle. Right over here, we have your headlight switch. You can put it on, whichever, auto. Always remember to travel with your lights on during the day. However, if you do, make sure you turn your lights off after you park. Right below there, we have an emergency start button. This emergency start button is in case your chassis battery goes dead. You can actually jump your chassis battery from your house batteries by simply pushing this button and turning the ignition key on at the same time. It's just giving you a jump instead of having to use cables. Next, we have some controls over here, the stereo. Now you're gonna notice that the ignition key is not inside right here, but this radio will turn on. What that tells us is that this radio runs off of the house batteries, not the engine battery. So if you're boondocking and leave this on, it can draw power from the battery and drain the battery slowly. We got our regular configurations right here for air conditioning, vent, and stuff like that. Some hazard lights right here. Some charging plug stations right here. Some traction control system right here to get better traction when you're driving. Here is a 12-volt plug-in right here. And let's talk about this radio. Now, right now it's on radio. If you hit this home button right here, it's going to give you all your options. Radio, Sirius XM radio, USB mirror. What that is you'll have to have a USB. It connects to your phone, and whatever's on your phone can mirror right here. A USB port, an SD card slot, which is right here, and your Bluetooth phone. To connect your Bluetooth phone, you're going to simply hit the Bluetooth phone right there, and you're going to search your phone and look for, I believe it's an Xterra or some kind of connection right there, and you'll connect. Not all phones are compatible, especially iPhones. Some newer iPhones will not connect to this Bluetooth or might take longer than usual to connect. We're gonna go over here, rear camera. Every time you are driving and you put this, and the ignition is on and you put it into reverse, your camera will go on once you put it into reverse. Now, if you're driving forward, you don't have a rear view mirror really, So you can actually go into settings, hit the rear camera, and you can drive with this camera on. It gives you a little bit of idea of what's behind you, and you can have more safely turn signals and stuff like that, change lanes more safe. Tap that screen to go back to all your options right there, and then you got some other features right there, settings and stuff like that. Let's turn this vehicle off, and let's start making our way to the exterior. All right, we're gonna break this down real quick. We're gonna start with the overcap bed. We're gonna put the ladder down. We're gonna simply do it like that. We're gonna buckle this guy in, and we'll set this ladder right here. We're gonna lift this guy up, push that back right there, and we'll just put this up here for temporarily with the ladder. We're gonna break down the couch bed. Real easy, it's a jackknife bed. All you're gonna do is lift this guy up, push it forward, and it becomes a couch again. We're gonna lift up the Dream Dinette. We're gonna take these cushions back off. We're gonna lift up the table like so. We're gonna lock this into place like so. And then we're gonna put the cushions back on to get our dinette back, like so. And now we're broken down with our beds. All right, by the steps, by the entry door of the coach, you're gonna notice to the right of me right here, there are some buttons right here. This is the solar charger control. You'll never have to touch that unless you're the owner of the coach. This is a battery disconnect. This battery disconnect should be on at all times while you're on your trip. If you turn it off, you'll get zero power and the batteries will shut off. Your fridge will go warm and so on. So we're gonna leave that guy on. We only turn that off when we're storing the coach for long periods of time. We have a step light right here that goes on right here. We have several buttons. These are all light switch buttons right here. One is going to be for the awning, one's going to be for the inside, and one's going to be for under the step. This is the awning button right here. We're going to push this awning out. We're going to make sure we're clear of any trees. We're going to push it up, and the awning's going to come out. We're going to hold this button down until the little flap comes down on the awning. This is not rainproof. It is not windproof. Use your good judgment. Don't leave it out unattended. If you go out hiking or whatnot, bring it in. Also bring it in overnight. You never know when that gust of wind might come in. So here we go. Here comes the flap. If the flap didn't come down, that means it's just sticking a little bit. We're gonna backtrack it. There we go. And there's that flap. Now you can adjust these awnings right here by simply pulling this down to get a little pitch on the awning. There we go. So that's awning extended all the way. Now we're gonna bring in the awning. What we're gonna do is we're gonna push these up first. Make sure they're kind of straight. We'll come back over here, make sure it's kind of straight. And now we're gonna pull the awning in. We're gonna make sure that that flap is always coming in towards us. So that awning, the flap is coming towards you, the awning is being rolled in correctly. All right, there are two locks on this entry door. One's a deadbolt and one is a regular lock. The key to lock these is gonna be the purple key. Be very gentle with this key. If it doesn't churn, we're gonna simply help it out, push the door in and lock it like so. This purple key will lock both locks on the coach. The second key is next key is a Ford key. That's the ignition key. And this key is for the outdoor shower. And this gray key is to lock all the compartment doors on the exterior. Now to open this door, see how I did that? It's gonna feel like it's locked. If you simply put your thumb right here, it'll open nice and easy. See that? Let's start over here on the passenger side right here. We're gonna go through all the exterior stuff. We're gonna actually open this up right here. You have an exterior TV. The remote control for this guy is inside with the sound bar. Pull this guy out and you can swivel it whichever way you want. We have a propane compartment right here. You'll notice the propane compartment is the only one without a lock. For emergency purposes, you need to be able to come in here and close this if there's a fire or some emergency around you. Counterclockwise is fully open. Next over here, we have a little bit of storage. You can store some stuff in there. Over here we have some outlets. You have to be plugged in at a campsite or your generator has to be on to be able to use those. You got some more storage right here. And then you got a quick connect for a barbecue pit. If you had a quick connect barbecue pit, you could tap into your propane, just quickly connect it right here, turn the propane on, and you can barbecue outside. That's for an external barbecue pit. And then this guy right here, we have plenty of storage space under here. Check this out. See this? This is your storage compartment on your 28Z. This guy right here is an outdoor table. It comes with the coach. Got an outdoor table. That is a storage compartment for a spare tire. There's a little bit of storage right here. You can put your hoses and your cords and stuff. And also on the other side, let's walk around over there. You can access the storage from outside. And take a look right here for the doors. You got a little clip to hold those doors open. Okay. Storage. Now let's come over here on this side. More storage right here, same compartment. Same clip right here to hold the doors open. We already went through this. This is our city water connection, our Santee Flush, and our freshwater fill. This is our unleaded fuel only right here. And this is a little storage compartment right here. It's to access some electrical stuff for the slide outs that we have in there. This is our 30 amp plug right here on the driver's side. This guy right here is the furnace exhaust. Make sure no kids touch this. It gets pretty hot if you're running the furnace. This is an access door for the refrigerator for service, to service anything for the fridge. Right over here we have the outdoor shower. Let's take a look at it. Open it up. We're going to use this little silver key right here. There you go. It's just a shower head with some shower knobs. Right over here we have the water heater access for service. See how I open that up? I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this guy right there, that little washer, and open it up right here. This guy right here, while we're in the water heater, I'm gonna show you what this is right here. This guy right here is a thermal cutoff. That's your thermal cutoff. If this gets too hot, it will automatically shut off the water heater. I just want that to be noted right there. And then underneath right there, of course, we have our sewer hose that we already talked about. And right below over here, we have our generator access right here. That's the generator with the generator exhaust. All right, you're gonna notice on each mirror, the driver and passenger side, there is a camera. So every time you turn on a blinker, the camera will go on and help assist you in turning lanes. All right, we're gonna close up the slide, and to close the slide, we're gonna turn the ignition on. We're gonna make sure the parking brake is down. Parking brake is down, and then we're gonna go to the control panel. We're gonna go to slide retract, okay? We're gonna make sure everybody is off. Nobody's sitting on the slide when we bring it in. We're gonna hold retract down until the wall stops and fully closes. And that is complete. Then we're going to turn the ignition off. All right, you're going to always remember to disconnect your city water connection before you depart from your campsite. We'll store that in there. We're going to go ahead and disconnect our 30 amp electrical wire from the coach. We're going to store it in the back. And then we're also going to make sure that we disconnect our sewer hose. Disconnect, make sure your valves are closed before you disconnect. Make sure you cap that on and you're complete. All right, that's gonna complete our basic walkthrough on how to function a 28Z Thor motor coach, which was a 2022. I hope this video was very helpful for you. Remember, I'm Dave with Family RV. We're located in Morgan Hill, California at 19380 Monterey Road. We do rentals, sales, service, and auto body for all your coach needs. Take care.